Melissa Liszewski works at the Brook, an international equine organisation based in London, but clearly isn't used to being interviewed by people.
See, I'm used to interviewing animals. If you could wear a donkey suit, it'd be perfect.
That was the best offer I had throughout the filming. Actually, no. Melissa's work is critical. She travels the world working tirelessly to improve the lives of working horses, donkeys and mules.
But I've been working with animals or studying animals since I was 14. The work that we do is really complex. I mean, we're working with people who are very poor and who don't have many resources, and results take time. I mean, it's not easy to work with a community to improve practices on day one. It takes time and it takes dedication of our teams on the ground. The welfare of all animals are extremely important. I want to do whatever I can where I can to help as many animals as possible. So even when I'm in the field, if I'm there to work with communities who depend on horses, donkeys and mules, I will be the first one to get a dog who's panting a dish of water or put a sheep under a tree so that it doesn't get heat stressed. And so I'm always keeping them on my radar as well because they matter as well. Animal welfare applies to all animals. I would say because of the way the Brook works, basically we have three key approaches to our work, and one is to work with governments and policymakers through advocacy, one is through veterinarians and other local service providers on the health of the animals, and the other is through the community engagement, so the animal owning communities. And because of this, I think, three-pronged approach to some of the toughest welfare issues there are, it really allows us to make what I feel are truly sustainable changes and truly meaningful changes for the animals.
This is Jazz, and this is her dedicated owner, Genevieve Sampson. Genevieve is the Fostering Development Officer at Wood Green. Not always the easiest of jobs, her skills in communication and tact are crucial.
Essentially what we do is we take in pets for families escaping from domestic violence. We foster for people who need to go into hospital for urgent hospital treatment and have nobody else to look after their pets. We specialise in dogs and cats, we don't do small animals. And the reason we do it is essentially to keep pets in loving homes. Just give me some details about your dog, tell me a little bit about her temperament and what she's used to.
Genevieve works closely with Wood Green's Foster Circle volunteers, coordinating temporary care for pets whilst providing a huge amount of support whenever the demand is there.
I found myself pursuing a career for many years which didn't suit me, and I was always looking for an opportunity as to how to break into animal welfare, and it was only when the opportunity for voluntary redundancy came up that I suddenly thought, this is my moment, I can get back to where my heart is.
When I was nominated for the Ceva Awards, I was absolutely amazed. I'm privileged, and thanks to Ceva for making me a finalist in the awards.
Ah, the incredible Yvonne Chevelle. For over 20 years, Yvonne has been caring passionately for animals.
I don't know where 20 years have gone. I only know that there's so much change within the 20 years in animal welfare and the awareness of animal welfare, you know, all over the world really. And even in Guernsey has changed so much, and the way we now approach animal welfare within the island.
Yvonne's work is extremely varied, and no 2 days are ever the same.
I've got many roles really. My first role as a senior supervisor is to supervise every department to make sure they're all running quite smoothly through the day and with the staff and everything like that. My other role is I have my own department, which is lovingly called the Hospital Wildlife Department, and small animal, rabbits, guinea pigs, rats are also my responsibility. My other role, which I think is quite important as well, is for our volunteers and our young Duke of Edinburgh Award people on the island, because basically there's only here where they can get the experience. So we've got these young people to nurture, and they come to us, and it's our responsibility to do that. And I think that's a very important role within animal welfare on the island. We've only got a population of 64,000. So I think it's important that we would give back as much as we possibly can to the youngsters of the island.